Welcome to Danny's Maths Hub. Now during this next series of lessons it's going to be a little bit different, where it's not going to be me going through every single step of the way with you and then you going off to practice. This is going to be more about you investigating a problem. Now the idea I'm getting you to investigate problems is because this really helps you build up your problem solving technique. Problem solving is a huge part of the new GCSE, which we now grade 9 to 1, and being able to do these sort of problem solving investigation types of questions will really help you sort of round out how you answer these questions. Make sure you do each step. Whilst it may be on different topics and obviously you still need to perfect those topics, just being able to get stuck into an investigation will really help you in using that process of how do we solve a question, especially when we come to the end of the paper where there's lots of steps and lots of marks up for grabs. These types of investigations will really help out. But before we begin and looking at today's investigation, do remember to hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel and it lets me know if people are really enjoying what I'm doing and actually learning from what I'm doing. So today's investigation is all about a garden pond. Now what if we make a square pond and then we want to put a patio or some slabs around the pond? Is there a pattern with the amount of slabs we need compared to the size of the pond? Well, that's what I want you to look at today. In today's sheet, I've actually numbered each steps that you should take, so number 1, number 2, and it goes all the way down to number 5. I won't be doing this for the rest of the week, but this is just for you guys to sort of see how we can lay this out. Step 1, create yourself a table and fill in the results. So if we have a 1 meter by 1 meter pond, then we have 8 slabs. And if we have a 2 meter by 2 meter pond, which I've drawn out for you, how many slabs do we have around there? If we have a 3 meter by 3 meter pond, how many slabs do we have around the outside? Today, all our slabs we're going to assume are a 1 meter by 1 meter slab. That means the base is 1 meter and the height is 1 meter. Okay, so they're square slabs going around a square pond. Now once you've done this and once you've filled in your table, the second step I suggest you do is, can you see a pattern forming? If so, test that pattern. So you've gone up to 3 by 3, maybe test it for 4 by 4. What I mean by testing is have a guess at what you think a 4 by 4 will look like, draw it out and actually get the exact answer. And then do the same again for a 5 by 5. Have a guess by looking at your pattern, then draw your 5 by 5 pond out with the slabs around it. Was your guess correct? Once you've done that and you now have a table full of results, see if there is a pattern that appears on every single row and the exact same pattern that appears. So what's the relationship between that size pond and the number of slabs? That size pond to that number of slabs. And the pattern has to be the same on each row. Once you've got that pattern, can you then turn it into an algebraic expression? That means using numbers and letters. So instead of saying the size of the pond is equal to the number of slabs something, we use one letter to say the size of the pond, or we use one letter to say the number of slabs. For instance, the number of slabs we could represent as n. And that's what I would like you to do today, okay? I've explained a lot today, and I won't be explaining this much of an investigation going forward. But with this being the first one, I wanted to really go through and sort of lay out the steps of how we can approach this. Because like I say, the investigations are going to get harder and harder each day, and up to Friday, then it's going to be a really tricky one where you really have to use the method and think sensibly about what is the next step and how can we get to an algebraic expression. I do hope you're enjoying these. It's a little bit different to usual schoolwork and usual classwork, okay? Don't worry if you get it wrong, okay? It doesn't matter if you find a pattern and then it's different to what I've got, okay? It doesn't matter if you make it wrong. It's all about the process, okay? We're looking through and making these steps. So if you get today's wrong, don't panic. Give tomorrow's a go. And this time maybe take a few extra steps, okay? There's no real shortcuts in this when you start off with, so I really want you to take it step by step and go through. Now, please do go off, read the investigation and see if you can come up with a correct answer and see if you can write it algebraically. If you do, please click the link below. Okay, I've created a video going through the answers and what we'd expect to appear. Until next time, stay safe and enjoy.